feedback. Let me ask you, did you notice, since you were at the Raw casting session for the pilot and then for season 1, did you see a lot of the same costume heroes both times?
There were only like 3 people that I remember.
Really?
Yeah, there was one woman named Karma who was in like a silver cape.
I remember Karma.
And she actually won the costume contest in 2004. And then Mullet Man.
And you, but even though you were a different character.
Yeah, I was a different character. But I'm sure there were people there in different incarnations. And so then the other guy, so Fat Mama, it's Fat Mama and I, this is the night Major Victory's been eliminated. They come and they said, okay, here are the people. And they turn over like they had no idea about my previous relationship, where I'd known Mullet Man. But they said, okay, so here's 4 people you guys have to choose from. And they flip over these photos, and the first one that they flip over is Mullet Man. And I'm going, oh my God, this is like I'm dead and this is a dream. That it's the person that I know, just they flip it over. It's not some random person, it's boom, it's Mullet Man. And then they flip over the slime, slime ball. And then they flip over Slime Ball. And then they flip over 3 more people. And I said to Fat Mama, oh, you should totally go with Slime Ball. Slime Ball should be your sidekick. And she's like, what? I don't know who this guy is. And I said, no, he's edible. That's his powers, he's edible.
Yeah, but this is a kid's show.
So if she were ever to like run out of juice, she could take a bite out of his sidekick. Grow 5 times her size and defeat crime. So I'll end it here. But so we chose Slime Ball and Mullet Man, and they actually showed up the day that we did our big special effects at the big stunt school. So they got to be there. And Slime Ball, who is all green, right? He shows up and he's in all purple, and we're going, that was really probably pretty smart since we're doing green screen today. Otherwise, you look like a pair of eyes. So we showed up in purple, and then, but that's the thing. I really think Slime Ball, and this is for anybody who does season 3. I really think Slime Ball would have been a serious contender to be on the show if they hadn't done body paint. I think because that is such an intensive process, nobody wants to deal with that, and in the teaser reel, I saw this, the 20-minute teaser reel, they had a guy who was in like full blue body paint.
Raleigh goes.
And I think they went through that and they said, okay, we're never doing that.
Well, no, that's not why you know this.
Oh, really?
Just real quick. We had to put that thing together in about 3 weeks, and so most everybody in the teaser reel, which never saw air, were just actors. We needed to have some people to fill the roles of various heroes. We had 2 real comics fans, Hero Man and Radagos. Well, Hero Man was just kind of a comics guy. He got his powers from comic books. Radagos was this insane person. I don't know what his deal was. Covered himself head to toe in blue body paint, built the costume out of like BMX armor and tinfoil, and you reminded us a bit of him in that he was 100% serious. This was his deal. He built this entire fantasy world. He had a tail, a 6-foot-long tail he had to carry around with himself, and he was really devoted to the idea of being this superhero character. But the reason why he needed to come back for season 1 is he drove my producer crazy because he didn't have a car. And so they were driving, I think, back to Glendale where he lived, and he drove him nuts on the cartridge by telling him all about the Exilors that he was fighting, and the other stupid monsters that came out of his head at night, and my producer kind of wanted my car, so it was just too intense. You at least were able to, snap out of it. Yours came from a very pure place of wanting to be a superhero. This guy was just crazy. And he had a great big sword, so that's crazy sword.
And Diffuser, how did you get involved with the show?
Basically, I started watching the show, I think, in maybe the 2nd or 3rd episode of season 1. Some friends of mine, family, started emailing me, calling me up, going, dude, you've got to see this show. This is like you. This is what we have to put up with every day. So I started watching the show, seeing who Feedback, Major Victory, all these characters were. Really got into the show. They were doing a lot of reruns, it seemed like, so I got to catch up on the first couple of episodes. We had like superhero night at my house. Totally digging it, and I enjoyed it, and that was about it. Then the show ended, and friends of mine were like, "You have to audition if they do this show again." I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So, yeah, it's not all written, I'm sorry.
So the bees and the syrup and that wasn't.
That was real. In fact, it's very hard for me sometimes to like even open up these little things from syrup for the pancakes. So I went ahead and picked Takedown because I knew since I can't act, I can at least be this guy. Because, you know, I can behave like that. So I went down to San Antonio and I auditioned. Is anyone in here, did anyone audition for the show? Second season? Skippy Town.
People in costume.
Yeah. We got Skippy Town represented over there. Went and auditioned in San Antonio. Had so much fun, I couldn't believe it. I went around, in fact, Tech Shield and a lot of other people that were in San Antonio said that I cheated. Because since I'm a cop, I have those big rolls of police pal stickers. So I walked around before I auditioned and seated the crowd with all the kids with all these police pal stickers. Hey, I'm want a sticker? Hey, I'm taking that. I want a sticker. So by the time I got up on stage, all these kids were like, hey, that's the guy that gave us a sticker. And he sucks, but he gave me a sticker. So I'm like, if I gave you a sticker, clap. Yay! So that went fun. Then I started going through the process, getting the callbacks. And I was actually thinking, wow, I might actually make it on this show. I'm a cop and I'm going to be wearing spandex on national TV. This might not go over so well. So basically my only real issue with the show was that I had, at the time my son was 14, 15, he was a freshman in high school, and as a freshman in high school, I remember how hard it was, especially being a geek that I was. And my son is a spit image of me, and I was in the chess club, he's in the chess club, drama, you know, choir, all the geeky, nerdy things that we love to do. And I thought, you know, how is it going to affect him to have his dad on national TV jumping around in spandex pretending to be a superhero? So I thought, if this is going to cause him any discomfort or problem whatsoever, I'm not going to do it. You know, as big of a dream as it is for me to bring one of my creations to life, as big of a dream as it is to meet Stan Lee, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I thought, if this is going to be a problem in any way for my son, if he has any reservations about this, I'm not going to do it. So I went to him and I was like, Nathan, because that was his name. I said,
It's an extra level of parenting.
I said, Nathan, you know, I'm thinking about doing this TV show. Remember that show we watched? He's like, yeah, it was funny. And I said, well, I'm thinking about, you know, I auditioned for it, and it looks like I may get selected for this. How do you feel about that? And he was just like, Dad, you're like the biggest comic geek on the planet. If you don't do this, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. And that was pretty profound for like, you know, like 14, 15. And I was like, really, it wouldn't bug you? I mean, you're not afraid anybody would like pick on you at school or anything? He's like, Dad, I'm a freshman, but I'm 6 feet tall, and I help all the football players with their homework. And everyone knows my dad is a 6'4", 250-pound cop with a gun. I'm pretty safe, do what you want. And then I, of course, had to get the backing of my wife, who never really understood why exactly a quarter of our garage is filled with 12,000 comic books. Or why I've got about 1,000 little Dungeons & Dragons miniatures painted on the